Welcome back to the M19 podcast. Today we have a super interesting one, but I'm your host, Javi Chavez, here with Paul Salter. How you doing, man?
I'm great, dude. It's a pleasure to be
So
here.
I know you're in the process of a rebrand,
Yeah.
but you start off as the golf hypnotist. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously we're all golfers, so I
Mhm.
have a lot of questions for you. But
Yeah.
before we get into that, first just kind of want to hear from you, like who you are, what you've done, what got you here to
Mhm.
become, this coach, this hypnotherapy coach, and everything. So yeah, let's
Yeah.
hear it, man.
Happy to be here. So my story starts, picture this, 5'3", multi-sport athlete, 16 years old. Everybody's bigger, stronger, faster. All the girls I have crushes on are like towering over me. But I'm fascinated. Like I'm growing up when Michael Jordan's in his prime, Kobe, Roger Federer, Tiger Woods. Like, why are these individuals so much better than their competitors, but they practice more or less the same amount of time? So I've bit with the bug of what I now understand to be performance psychology, like understanding how they maximize what's between their ears. And fortunately, I claim 6 foot now. So I finally grew, but I'm always hungry for knowledge around this realm. I'm reading all the books. I'm that nerd jock athlete hybrid who loves to be competitive, but loves to read. And my career trajectory begins as a sports dietitian. So right out of the gate, I'm fortunate I get some cool opportunities. I'm at UNC Chapel Hill, IMG Academy, and then with some professional and Olympic athletes, helping them maximize performance, body composition, and whatnot. But what I really begun to understood is even though these athletes are at the best top level, they already knew what to do. But there's something inside them that continues to get in the way of actually executing on that, the knowledge they have. So very early on, I'm like, okay, it's not more knowledge they need. It's something in here. It's something in here that's really holding them back. And I parlayed that. I walked away from athletes. I worked in Gen Pop for a while, men and women stuck in the yo yo dieting cycle. And after about 10 years doing that, I realized I've got this irrepressible passion for the game of poker. And I'm sure you can relate. It's like now or never. When are you going to do this? Oh, when I'm 40, when I'm done having kids, when I retire, I'll play poker. So I convinced myself it's now or never. Let's do it now. So I played poker professionally for about 2 years. And about 6 months into that journey, I feel as if I'm out working everyone. I'm out studying. I have the coaches, but Javi, I'm just lighting money on fire. I'm like, okay, this is not sustainable. So I hired a coach. She happened to be a mindset and performance coach. She also happened to be a hypnotherapist. I have no idea what hypnotherapy is at this time. But in a very short amount of time, I'm playing for more money than I ever thought possible. I'm winning more money than I ever thought possible. But the impact she has on me as an individual is so indescribable. It felt like my next evolution of coaching. So I walked away from poker. I phased out all of the remaining nutrition clients I had to double down on the mindset work I was doing, get my credential as a hypnotherapist. I just hit the ground running. I haven't looked back since.
That's so incredible. And because so many people, and obviously people that watch this podcast, we're all risk takers, but no, you've had like three full blown like high level careers, right? Going from being a dietitian to then going to professional poker, which we could probably talk about that for a while,
Yeah.
and then all the way to now coaching these high performers. What have been some of the similarities that you've seen? Just attributes and traits that you've had to apply in your life across all three of these things to be a high performer.
Yeah, it's the performance arena might change, but the intangibles or the programs and patterns that got in my way were not different amongst arenas. They were all the same. Like I tell my golfing clients all the time, you bring your whole self to the course.
Mhm.
Same with the boardroom, your business, whatever it may be. So, really, what I find is both myself, you, the individuals I work with, that ambition, that work ethic, that tenacity, that ability to go, 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 it's a superpower until it's not. It becomes a kryptonite because inevitably what got you here won't get you there. So what I found most present and prominent in these individuals I work with and myself is really the fact that they struggle to turn off to the point it becomes destructive. They're burnt out, they're overwhelmed, they can't connect and communicate with their spouse, their children, and inevitably they start making decisions from a place of burnout, a place of overwhelm, fear, and anxiety, and that can lead to a very destructive path.
Mhm. And so how do you obviously recognizing it's the easy part, right? Hey,
Mhm.
I'm burnt out. I'm struggling with these feelings.
Uh-huh.
But as high performers, you kind of like push that down, right? And
Yeah.
you just keep rolling. So when you start speaking with some of your clients,
Mhm.
and what does that first call kind of look like?
Yeah, so the word that always comes to mind that helps my clients articulate how they're feeling is I feel stuck. And really, the way I define stuck is knowing what to do, but not being able to do it. So at that point, it's really important to consider like it's not a lack of knowledge problem. These people know what to do to get to the next level, but their judgment and ability to act is clouded. So really, we need to dig in and understand. Everyone has these programs and patterns that are designed to keep them safe. And it goes back to childhood. We have all these core needs. I need to be accepted. I need to be seen, belong, connected, loved. So when those needs aren't met as children, we find ways to get them creatively met. Classic example is the perfectionist. Maybe one of four children never stands out, it's already competing for mom's and dad's attention. But hey, when they bring home that report card with straight A's, mom and dad see them, they feel validated. So what ends up happening is I poke and probe that first session. I tell my clients it's a game of 1,000 questions because I want a roadmap, like where and when did you potentially develop these programs that at one time served you, but now are becoming particularly destructive. So it's a lot of me creating safety to allow my clients to open up and really digging in, like when, why, how do you feel? Like my men, male clients I work with, males are typically emotionally constipated. Like I was for 30 years.
I like that.
And when I can really start to diffuse that, we can get to the crux of like, I'm afraid of this, or I don't feel seen, I don't feel understood. And that allows the opportunity to do the unlearning and the work necessary.
For sure, but and how do you identify that though? Because so many men don't even know like what they're feeling, kind of like what you said, they're
Hmm.
emotionally constipated, right? And so as a high performer, like you said, it served you for a certain period of time.
Hmm.
You've been able to get to this point, and you might obviously if they're on the phone with you, they feel like they might need some help.
Hmm.
But how do you get them to really get out of their own way, so to speak?
Yeah, well, so let's run with emotional intelligence or
Mm,
emotional awareness. First, it's education and it's support. So, one of the most profound exercises, and if you're relating to this as you're listening or watching, like this is a good take home point, is I will have my clients set an alarm 5 times a day, like 9, 12, 3, 6, 9. Every time that alarm goes off, they answer one question: how am I feeling? They can't say good, they can't say okay, they can't say bad. I give them a little list of like 25 different emotions. And what happens is the first 7 to 10 days, we're building awareness. I feel anxious. I feel great. I feel confident. We start to see patterns. Phase two is okay, you write down how you're feeling, and then what are you doing? What did you just do? Because now we can begin to see patterns of connections. I did task A and I felt anxious. I did task B and I felt accomplished, confident. This teaches emotional awareness and helps them begin to connect what they're physically feeling in their body with actual tangible emotions. And then we can use that as jumping off points to go deeper and diffuse those emotions that are keeping them stuck.
You guys know I love the game of golf, and that is why I started M19. It is a golf mastermind for entrepreneurs who are doing over 7 figures in their business and who want to go on bucket list golf trips together. We already have hundreds of members all across the country, and we've been to some of the best courses in the world, places like Pebble Beach, Pinehurst, Bandon Dunes, and many others. The course is the best place to do deals, make great relationships, and have fun. So go to mastermind19.com today.
got it. So a lot of this right now sounds like standard like performance coaching, et cetera. Now, how do we tie in the hypnotherapy piece
Yeah.
into what you're talking about?
So let's start with what hypnosis is not. Because many people are imagining me to pull out the pocket watch with you, get you
Yeah.
to cluck like a chicken, put you to sleep. It's all technically hypnosis. It's just like unlike anything I do. So hypnosis is not magic. It's not brain control. It's not my
Dang
brainwashing
it.
or anything. I know you're wishing. I
Yeah,
know.
dude.
I can't
I
snap
thought
my fingers
yeah, I
for
thought I was about to be like knocked out on the podcast and I was then gonna be a scratch golfer. So that's not how it works.
it. Give me 2 sessions with you.
There we go. All right.
But all jokes aside, really, it's a natural state of mind. Most people don't understand that. There's a little bit of like hesitation, negative connotation, but it's a natural state of mind. It's the same state of mind you're in when you
Yeah,
wake
so
up.
I want to stop you really quick. So walk me through
Uh-huh.
what, and you might be about to walk me through what true hypnosis is.
Mhm.
And you were talking about it before the podcast with our different brain waves, et
Yeah.
cetera. So yeah, kind of like start from 0.
Yeah. So right now,
Mhm.
you and I are having an engaged conversation. Hypnosis is a fancy way to describe the brain waves we're producing. So right now, beta brain waves, we're engaged, we're alert. We relax after this, we'll come down a notch. We'll produce primarily alpha brain waves. If we were to go take a nap right now after that, we'd go all the way down to delta brain waves. There's a sweet spot in between alpha and delta called theta brain waves. It's the same state you're in deep meditation. A lot of my clients describe it as guided meditation on steroids. So that's the actual brain wave, what's happening, but it creates two big benefits when you're in that state intentionally. Number one, every high performer has a harsh, judgmental inner critic. You can't do that. That sucks. You're not worthy. So we sidestep all that noise and negativity. And number two, we connect with your subconscious mind. 95% of what you do every day is influenced by your subconscious. It's home to your memories, your emotions, your beliefs, and your habits. So, we talked before we went on air here, like if we use performance anxiety as a common random example, Anxiety is a learned feeling instead of behaviors. So through hypnosis, we can go to the point in your life you learn to be anxious, and we can begin to unlearn that feeling and associated behavior so that now we can ripple forward into the present and future moments, and you can find ease, peace, and presence, and the ability to no longer react, but to intentionally respond.
Interesting. And because I mean, I feel some like first tee jitters, right? And then also the same idea where it's like, I'm hitting it so great on the range, then
Yeah.
I go play golf and I'm terrible. So like how does somebody tap into that when they're going up to the first tee or, just playing throughout? Because it's a lot of swings.
Yeah, I mean, candidly, a lot of the work needs to be done away from the golf course.
Okay.
Like, we're not going to just go there and snap our fingers and be golden. However, there are many like in the moment tools, breath work, visualizations, presence practices that can help you begin to develop what I call strategic tunnel vision. You block out all of the 8 to 12 guys watching you on that first tee box, and you're so in your moment, in your zone. But if, for example, I'm not going to speak for you, you tell me I care so much what they think. I'm afraid of embarrassing myself. Like, we're going to do that deep work because it's part of your identity off the course so that when you continue to play, you begin to experience more ease, more presence, and easier time getting into that flow state on the course.
Got it. That makes a lot of sense. So now talk to me about the business, right? So I know you're in the process of a rebrand, but how long have you been building this process, building this business itself?
Yeah, so this aspect of my business, the high performance hypnotherapy and mindset coaching, we are going on year, wow, 6. That's,
Okay.
man, I think that's crazy. So my bread and butter is coaching and podcasting. So as you've alluded to, my podcast is currently called the Scratch Golfers Mindset Podcast, soon to be the Unstuck High Performer Podcast. Same messaging, same emotions, same psychology, same behavior change, but just wrapped a little bit differently. And we're on episode 155 now and
Wow.
really looking to go to 3 episodes a week starting in May.
Wow.
Yeah,
And that's your main client acquisition channel right now, right?
correct.
So talk to me a little bit about that. Like, number one, why did you start the podcast? And then what has it really produced for you now, 155 episodes later?
Yeah, so candidly, I've been podcasting since 2018. When I was still
Wow.
in the nutrition space,
Okay.
starting to play around with poker, I had 300 episodes of another show. And I just learned because I love podcasts, it was valuable. I got all my clients in the nutrition space from podcasting. So when I left nutrition, I kind of felt a little like a fish out of water. I knew podcasting was valuable, but I didn't quite know who my target audience was yet because I was working with anybody A to Z. I hadn't niched down yet. But if someone's gonna listen to me for 45 minutes once, twice a week, like, they're going from cold to very warm, and inevitably, they're going to convert if I'm speaking directly to them, and through reps, through episodes, I've narrowed down my ideal client. I've improved as a speaker, a podcaster. I can tell stories better. I can pull on emotional heartstrings better, so that if someone's spending that much time with me multiple times per week, the sales take care of themselves. When they're ready to take action, the sales calls are just like, "How do I pay you?"
For sure.
And it's because I've over delivered value and I've built a relationship with that person, even though we've never met prior to actually meeting. And that to me is invaluable because, significant sustainable success at any endeavor is built upon relationships.
Yep, and we had a saying at our agency was short form leads to long form leads to customer, meaning, hey, people are going to see our reels, people are going to see the clips and whatever else. But then when they come to that long form video, however they find you, or if they're searching for your podcast,
Yeah.
they watch that long form, they spend the time with you. Because historically, back in the day, the only way you can make sales was through time, right? They say statistically, people spend about 7 hours consuming content before they make a buying decision,
Mhm.
typically. And back in the day, that would be, hey, let me take you to dinner. We'll go do lunch. We'll play golf.
Yep.
We'll spend time together just getting to know somebody over those 7 hours. But now, what you've done is you've been able to almost in a way just buy back your time where people's just, the content's out there and people are going to watch it, consume you, and then be ready to buy it at
Yep.
whatever time. So
Bingo.
it's been huge. Um, and so for anybody, what advice would you give to somebody who's not doesn't have a podcast yet?
Mhm.
Is it too late?
No, my God, this is the best time to start podcasting. Oh my
Mhm.
goodness. I mean, just the ability to be in front of as many people as possible is better than ever. AI can be such a great complement to spit out your content to the right platforms, the right people. But there's also just a craving as technology becomes more prominent in our lives for human connection, for authentic conversations and relationship building. And I think podcasting is a really great opportunity to foster that.
That's great. So pivoting over to golf a little bit, when did you get
Yeah.
started playing golf?
So I used to mess around, hack it up with my buddies in like middle school, early high school. didn't touch clubs for 16 years. And about 2 years ago, almost probably to the day, which is funny. I was just thinking about
Mhm.
that. Started playing again, had a son, joined a country club, couldn't really get there because my son's 17 months old.
Mhm.
So I would say the last 6 months, I finally put some real structure behind consistency and practice and lessons. And we're slowly getting there.
There we go.
Yeah.
And so then you saw an Instagram ad from 19.
Yeah.
Why'd you join?
It felt right. I candidly, like, I can't explain it other than the universe just told me. Like, I didn't know, I knew Ryan from baseball, didn't
Mhm.
know anything about Ryan's real estate, what M19 was, watched a video or two, checked out. I was like, wow, I almost feel like he's speaking to me. I want to be in this room of incredible individuals. And I think I was talking to somebody the next day and joined 3 days later.
I love it. Decisive, quick, and ready to roll. And I know so you've only been in for what, a couple months?
Yep.
And you said you made some connections. Like
Yeah.
who have you talked to? What connections have you made? Have you played golf with anyone yet?
I have, yeah.
There we go.
Big shout out to Jeff. Jeff's up in
Shout out
Connecticut.
Jeff.
Yeah, he came down. We had did like a one-on-one call. Like I come from a very like big networking background. I love to build relationships. Like let's
Mm,
jump on the call. Like who do I know who could potentially support you? So
sure.
I've been that guy.
So did you like hop on and like see the map and say like who's in my area type thing?
Bingo.
Got it.
Yeah. So golf with Jeff. Gonna golf on Sunday after today's event with a couple people too, with a few more members. I got something lined up for next month with a couple
Mhm.
members. So I've just leveraged it to really get on the new different golf courses, which is always a plus, and also to meet some really inspiring people.
Sweet. Yeah. And business wise, have you like made any bit like kind of business transactions, or is it mostly just been for fun? And both are great.
It's both,
Yeah.
candidly. Yeah, I've already had a couple business transactions here
Mhm.
and a lot of deep dive calls on building what I call a high performance operating system within one company that hopefully I'm getting some clarity on this week,
Mhm.
actually.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of business opportunities here and to really bond with people who you just share so much in common with.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the cool part, and I always say this is golf and the business. It's kind of like the filter, but it also takes the relationship 2 or 3 steps deeper, right? Because I can already connect with you on these 2, 3 things,
Mhm.
and then I also know, okay, if you've joined, you're probably aligned somewhat values-wise, you're aligned somewhat in, like, your mindset and those types of things, so it's a lot easier to, like, build relationships a lot more
Yeah, and
quickly.
kudos to you guys. I think I spoke with John, who was like
Yep.
my sales guy. Like you guys filter the right way. Like values. Like
Mm.
he wanted, I think I probably talked to him for like an hour. He wanted to know me. And
Yep.
like I felt very good about just having that conversation. And I think it speaks volumes to what you, Ryan, and the team have created. The right people are here for the right reasons. And that's really cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
And, you're coming to Paynes Valley, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, where's your favorite golf course that you played, if you've had one?
Yeah. So I'm still fairly naive and new in that journey.
There we
I mean, I
go.
play my home course so damn much. I'm just like,
Yeah,
ooh, I don't know.
were you a member at?
Tampa Palms.
Okay, there you
Yeah.
go. You love it?
Love it. Oh yeah, it's so
Yeah.
humbling, but love it. Yeah, it's
Sweet.
so humbling.
Absolutely. There's something about playing the home course though, kinda what you're talking about with, like, your mindset. Like, when I go to a course that I'm super familiar with, I'm like, I just automatically play better. And then when we just got back from Pebble Beach, and I actually played pretty well at Pebble for
Okay.
me, and then but the other 2 days, like, just because you don't know where to hit it, and, like, we had caddies on, Pebble and Spyglass, so that's helpful. It's like,
Okay.
"Okay, hit it here, do XYZ." But the 3rd day, we played, Poppy Hills,
Uh-huh.
and I had no idea where I was going.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was a blast. And so for anybody who's thinking about joining, I mean, obviously you've gotten some value already. What would you say to those people?
Do it. If you feel spoken to in any capacity on like an ad you've seen or following Ryan's or Javi's content, this is the place to be.
I love it.
Yeah.
And my final question I always ask is, all right, so if you had to leave the earth tomorrow, and this was the last podcast or the last
Mhm.
thing that you said, what's one thing you want people to know?
There is so much power in creating a daily practice of silence and solitude. I
Mm,
think we live in such an age of distraction and so many people and things competing for our attention. It's very easy to get off track and out of alignment, where a daily practice of silence and solitude, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, gives you a chance to make sure you're aligned and able to stay the course of where you want to go, who you want to become.
mic drop. That's perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, dude.
We'll
My
see you guys in the
pleasure.
next one.
Really appreciate it.
Peace.